What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Trick 10. Today we're going to be working on a 2019 1754 Tracker Grizzly. This is a side console version. We never had a side console version on the channel before. We welded some pods on the back of it. I wanted to showcase this with you guys, just let y'all check it out. I'm going to turn the camera around, let's get right into it. All right, so check it out, guys. 2019 1754 side console. It's got a 40 Merc on the back. Then coat of 4 Trex. It's got the cool paint job on this tracker. I definitely like it. It looks cool. He is going to be upgrading his outboard to a 75, and he does a lot of duck hunting and stuff, so he wants to run a little shallower and get a little bit more lift on that back end for the heavier outboard. So we're welding on these pods from Beaver Tail Pods. These are the medium pods, and if you're thinking about getting some pods for one of these 1754s, even the 1648s, the medium size is probably exactly what you want, as it looks like it fits up there pretty good. You can see where my red mark is at. That's where the pod's going to be at. We do got to move this transducer, weld up a couple holes over here. I'm going to go ahead and get this thing cleaned up good and prepped up. Then we're going to have to pull it inside because it's starting to get a little dark out here. Wind's picking up. Might have a little storm brewing. Now, one thing I did want to take some measurements on this boat while it's here is for a kit for this. These 1754s, we offer kits for the ones that are tiller. It's like a bench kit, and then we have the transom kit. But since we've never seen one with the side console before, I've never thought about how to set this up. But I'm going to take some measurements on it because the 1860 kit is similar to this with the gas tank and the bench, and then it has the two 20-inch square hatches here. Well, this one is a little bit different because you can't fit the 20-inch hatches in here. It's just not enough room, especially with this thing in here. And he said he's already altered this because this did run all the way back out to this corner panel back here. So something that you might have to shorten if you want to do bigger hatches in here, which is not only going to help you out for storage, putting stuff inside of there that's bigger, but it'll make it a whole lot easier to get in there and dig that foam out. Because the smaller the hole, well, you know how that works. So I am going to take some measurements on that. Both sides could easily have a hatch in here, and that gives you a decent amount of room because this hatch from inside of here, the storage space goes way back to like where this stops, and it has a long skinny gas tank in here. So you're talking about 28, 29 inches of space in here and the whole depth of the boat. So that's a good storage area in there, and it's definitely a quick way that you can add storage into the boat without doing any type of framework. So get some good measurements on this. Anyways, guys, I just want to show y'all what's going on with the rig, what we plan to do with it. I'm gonna put you guys on the Hyperlapse. Let's get started. So we got them cleaned up, we got them tacked on, and nice and straight. Wasn't too bad, but ran into a little issue. Nothing crazy, but I'm gonna show you guys because, well, this is something that you might run into, and it's the first time that I've ran into it, and I've done this a lot. But if you can see, when you put a straight edge on the bottom of the transom, I mean on the bottom of the hull right here, well, this pod is supposed to raise up at the end back here about a ½ inch. Well, what we've got is this dipping down that's causing a gap in the center right here, which isn't a huge deal. What that means is that we're gonna have to tack the top first and then hinge the back of this up in the air. Usually it's the opposite, where we have to hinge it down, but we gotta hinge this one going up. But the issue is when you do that and pull this corner up, well, if you hinge it from here and bring this back, then this one's actually gonna sit lower than the bottom of the hull right here. We can't have that because that's going to cause drag. So I'm going to have to cut these little tacks that I got on either side, and I'm going to have to move the entire pod apparatus up about a ¼ inch, tack it on this top right here, and then we'll be able to hinge it and pull it up where we need it to be. Put you guys back on the Hyperlapse. Get back to work. right, so check it out. We got everything tacked up good. Let me show you all this fit up. Now, this top one, nice and tight. Didn't need any pieces there, but all three sides of the rest of this pod, obviously, we had to put the filler pieces on. And this is just like a 3/4 inch wide. Did the same thing on both of them. Nice fit up top, moving down the sides. And the bottom, let's check out the bottom. Oh. So, yeah, now we have to do double welds on either side of this. On the bottom, overhead, which honestly, I would rather do this than have to do it on the top. But it should be fun. Got a little hole in that corner right there. My piece is a little short, but that ain't no big deal. I can fill that in with my weld and it won't be an issue at all. This customer does want me to put a little piece down here for his transducer to stick off and some spud pole brackets here. And he also wants another spud pole bracket up front. Right where, holy crap, it's bright out here. Whew, all right. So right here where this X is at, we're gonna cut a hole. We're gonna run a pipe all the way through, down to the bottom of the hole. That way he can stick his pipe through here for his spud pole or whatever. And that'll wrap this project up. I'm gonna put you guys back on the Hyperlapse. The customer was here hanging out. He took off. He's gonna go visit some buddies and do some shopping because he doesn't live close by. And this is actually a pretty decent sized job for him to wait on, but we're gonna get it done. He's gonna take this thing home and then gonna get back to work on some other projects, guys. But I'm gonna put you guys back on the Hyperlapse. Probably gonna take me a couple hours to finish up the rest of this work, and we're gonna run through that on the Hyperlapse, and then we'll get into the finished product and a little reveal. Let's get back to work. All right, guys, so she is all done. Man, that was a little bit of work, not crazy. Started about 10 o'clock, it's now 3:30, so we had a decent little job here, but turned out good. We got some nice TIG welds on here. I did add this little plate back here. I just made this in the handbrake real quick and welded that on. It gives me a place to mount this transducer. Now, it is a little bit lower than the pod. I don't know how that's gonna work with the side scan, but either put it there or put it back here. And well, that thing is like at least 8 to 10 inches long. And I told him we could put it here, but you know, he's gonna end up walking into this thing and breaking it off. I guarantee it, because putting these transducers onto the back of the boat, I've learned the hard way. This is the absolute last thing I do on any of my builds, just for the simple fact that I'm walking around this boat 1,000 times and I keep running into this thing. I have not broken one off, but I've hit my leg on it and came close. So last thing you put on your boat, guys, but turned out good. Got some nice TIG welds in here. Everything looks good.
Welded solid all the way across the bottom. Both sides filled in a couple little holes where he had the original transducer mounted in there, and added these little spud pole brackets on here. Seems like these are the new norm for the pods. Everybody wants to throw these on there. It's a good idea, and this is a 1-inch pipe. Allow you to put like a 3/4 spud pole through there. Turned out good though. He's probably gonna be back here to pick this thing up any second. Let me show you what I did up front. This is pretty cool. He wanted to have another spud pole mount up here, so I cut a hole in here with my hole saw, and I dropped a 1-inch pipe through there, and that basically runs through the top, down through the bottom, and it's welded on both sides. I got some nice pretty beads on there. You just gotta come back and touch up some paint. All boats should come with this. I mean, this is a super good idea. I mean, you just drop your pole in there. If nothing else, you can use it to tie anchor ropes through or anything you want, but I do like this. I think this is a good asset. And as you can see, his water line is well down here when he's floating, and obviously when he's on plane, he's not gonna have to worry about it because this thing's way up here. It's not gonna catch water and squirt it out the top. If it does though, then this is just a 1-inch pipe. You can put the same type of plug in here that you put into your drain plug in the back of the boat if you got an issue. Oh, check this out. This hole saw set that I got, I'll link this on Amazon. This is the ticket, man. My parents bought this for me for Christmas, and let me tell you what, it's awesome. It doesn't come with like sizes on them. As you can see, I'm kind of going through as I use them and labeling all my sizes, but I love this hole saw set. Cool thing about it is it has like a spring in there, so it pops the aluminum slug out, and I mean, it's just nice, man. You don't have to worry about changing them out. That's what I hate about the hole saw sets, is that they all have like one auger, and then you have to use different bits on them. They always get stuck. It's always a pain in the ass to deal with. This thing, each one has this individual piece, and it does come with extra drill bits with springs already loaded onto them if you break a bit or one gets dull. But I've been using this thing for a while on the aluminum, about 2.5 months now, since Christmas, and absolutely love it. This thing is a little bit over 100 bucks, and pick one up, guys. If you're doing what I'm doing, you'll thank me later. Before he gets here, I do want to take some measurements for this area up here. A lot of people ask me about this area because it's kind of like a dead space. I mean, realistically, Tracker should have just made this molded to come all the way up, and they could have just given you like a storage tray inside of here or something. I don't know why they didn't. It's kind of stupid. I mean, it gives you a little area where you can put like a purse or, you know, tackle box or something, but to me, it would have made a lot more sense if they would have just brought that on up and at least enclose it like right here, so where you could have a storage area. But I'm gonna take some measurements on this, try to come up with some type of kit that would maybe have like an angle you could attach here, and then you have to frame this front and have like a drop-in hatch to give you some storage in there, because it's kind of a dead zone. And a lot of people ask me about that. And the second thing is in this back area for this kit back here for a transom kit. Now, I'm gonna measure this out the best I can. The only thing I don't have measurements on is the floor pieces. Once you cut this hole out, dig the foam out, I don't know how big that floor is inside of there. I mean, I got a rough idea. I can kind of go from this wall right here over to the outside of the hole on the floor, you know, come up a couple inches, so there's obviously ribs inside of there. But to get it just right, I'm gonna have to talk somebody into letting me do one so I can figure out the internal measurements. Now, I'm gonna give this guy a good deal if he wants me to do it, because I wanna know. This is a kit that a lot of people will be interested in, give you storage, port and starboard, and I think that this is a really good idea, but I need to do one so I can get all the measurements and double check everything. Now, keep in mind, this piece right here, obviously it ran all the way back. He's cut it to here already to shorten it. You will probably have to shorten this up a little bit farther, at least to like right here where this bench is at, because that's where the gas tank is at. And if you cut this short, you can just come back and zip tie all these wires together. Not a big deal. That would allow you to put a lot bigger hatch in here, make it easier getting stuff in and out and digging the foam out. So get some measurements on this, and hopefully that kit will be coming soon. All in all though, man, cool little project. Took me about 5.5 hours. Now, I'm gonna go get back on to something else. Let's get back to work. All right, guys, Tracker Grizzly 1754 pods and spud poles. Kind of a cool little project. Didn't take me too long, knock this out. Still got a lot of other stuff to do, man. I'm working on my damn truck. I hate working on vehicles, but you know, it's something that's got to be done because I don't have mechanic money. So if you guys have one of these 1754, you're interested in one of these kits or something, well, give me a shout. I'd love to help you guys out. This one's a little different with the side console, but hopefully the kits for this one will be coming very shortly. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me today. Hit that like, subscribe button, leave a comment, let me know what you think about this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Let's get back to work.